I've got no problem with it. I believe all people, not female, not male, all people are equal and should talk to their partner about what they want, whether they want to have a job, they want to go back to study, and it's. I think women, can do whatever they want, and they do. I mean, look at you ladies. I mean, the sort of the professionalism and intelligence that you ladies. I mean, you're all drop dead gorgeous as women, but there's more to that. There's more to you than just physical beauty. There's intelligence. There's I'm getting paid to say this, by the way. But no, there's the content that all you guys put out is fantastic, and it's very, very, very high quality stuff. So that's your niche. Is you guys put out is fantastic, and it's very, very, very high quality stuff. So that's your niche, is YouTube, but women can do whatever they like now. It's just not just sit at home and cook and clean.
Yes, exactly, and I definitely agree with what you said earlier. It's not really just all about physical beauty. We women can do anything we want, like you said.
Yeah.
And talking about making vlogs and content and all that, it's not all about physical beauty. There are a lot of topics that we can talk about, deep topics.
Yeah.
That we can talk about.
Yeah.
Aside from just showing your beauty in.
Because I remember even at school, I struggled with school. I couldn't concentrate. I was always, wanting to talk to the girls and that. But I remember the girls seem to be always more focused with their studies. And that's not more apparent than now when I do a YouTube video and I've just started, editing, no way. I mean, but you girls can just bang, bang, bang. It's, that's it. Done. I mean, me and I think some of the other guys that I speak to, we struggle with that sort of thing. You tend to be able to, phones and you just seem to be able to, you just seem to have a way with the intelligence of how to do all that stuff. And a lot of the guys I know, we struggle with it. I don't know. So, Jenny, what do you think about feminists? Do you think they?
I don't know. I don't have idea.
But do you think that men and women should be equal?
Yeah, of course you should be equal because you will be work together. You have to work together, and if you have to communicate. The important is that communicate each other.
I have a question for you. Well, I can actually ask this later on, but for Sebastian, so for this one. So, is it okay for you to work while your husband or your partner stays home and takes care of the kids?
Yeah, and it's depend also to my partner. So you have to,
But if you have more, you have more opportunity to work to earn more than him.
Yeah, it will be work.
It's okay for you.
It's okay for me.
No problem.
No problem. But of course, as a woman, as a partner, so I have to do my obligation also for your partner. What you need. Yeah, that's it.
So it's okay for your partner to go down the bar, drink beer, and you just work hard and.
Staying at home, as she said.
Oh, your partner has to stay at home.
It's reverse roles.
Yeah.
He takes care of the
yes.
Well, as I was saying earlier, it does happen in Australia quite a bit now because if the male loses his job or whatever, and the woman has still got a job, then of course the guy stays home, takes the kids to school, makes the breakfast. I mean, it is happening more and more.
You were a Westerner, and you just said that. How do you think Western women feel about him just staying home because she's earning more or she has the opportunity?
It wouldn't happen very often. I think they would resent it if it went on for too long. If it was a crisis situation where the guy lost his job and they were forced into that situation. Oh, look, some may have very high paying jobs. They could be teachers or they're in government or whatever, and they have a 2 or 3 year old, and it just makes more sense. And plus, the other issue in Australia is childcare. It's so expensive to put your child in a childcare facility. It doesn't make sense. So it's cheaper for one of the, say, for the guy, if the woman is earning more, it's cheaper than childcare for the guy to stay home and look after it. So it's a financial sort of thing as well. You don't really have childcare here. I mean, it'd be a pretty big childcare centre, wouldn't it?
There's none. I'm not sure in bigger cities, but there's definitely none here. No. If you talk about what do you call it? Daycare.
Yeah.
If you talk about daycare here, daycare is already a school.
Yeah.
Like we
send
the
kindergarten.
kids to school. Yes, before kindergarten. But in your country, daycare is just.
West. I mean, if you had a baby, you just stay home and look after your baby. You could work. I mean, you could still work because you've got that opportunity. But for girls who are not vloggers or don't have digital sort of income, they that's it. That's their natural thing, is to stay home and mother and look after the kid. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on her decision, because if we're a working mom, we can take like a 1 month's
Leave.
Paid leave.
But
Yes.
that's the other thing I noticed. A lot, and it doesn't happen in Australia, but a lot of workplaces, you'll see the kids there with the mum. Like, especially sari stores or smaller things. Their kids will be at work with them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's just not heard of in the West. You know, you don't bring your kids to work.
Not really in a professional setting.
No, but, you know, with, say if you're I don't know, what do you call it, a sales assistant or sari or something like that, you'll see a lot of the kids with their mums at work.
Sometimes in professional field too, like they say teachers, but they don't bring their infants because it's not allowed.
Yeah, no,
but,
not at that
kindergartens,
level, but,
yes.
But so your mainstream shops and stores, you'll see a bit of that, you know.
In small stores,
In
yes,
small
because
stores,
you don't
yeah.
see that in the plaza.
Not in Robinson's and
no.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I think we've covered that, and so you're going abroad.
Yes. Planning to go to the US soon. Hopefully, in God's blessing. Yeah.
And you're looking forward to that?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the marathon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully.
Leah did it last Saturday. What about
Yes.
you, Kate? Are you married?
I'm not married, never been married, but I have
Plans?
a boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Wedding plans? No one has put a ring in my finger yet.
And is he a foreigner or is he a
He's
Filipino?
He's foreign.
He's foreign.
I've never been with a Filipino.
Haven't you?
Yes, she never.
Okay. I'm not going to ask why.
That's another vlog.
That's part 2, guys. And Jenny, what about you're very secretive.
Same. I didn't have a Filipino guy also.
Yeah.
But
Another
this time-
vlog.
another vlog. But at this time, I preferred to be a single.
There you go, guys. You've heard it first on Sebastian's Philippine Odyssey. Jenny is single.
Yes.
There you go.
Because I love, I want to explore first.
Yeah, so-
And you're
Enjoy.
young.
Yes,
You're
still
young
young.
and you don't have kids, so you
Yes.
can.
That's
Go somewhere to the place you really wanted to go.
Yeah.
Bohol, right? Bohol, like
Bohol.
International.
Oh, Japan?
Yes.
Japan.
Yes.
something like that. Okay, well, any what else can we talk? We're just about there, I think.
I think we did talk what we...
I mean, you've already eaten your lunch yourself. So.
Actually, this is my breakfast.
Breakfast? What is
Yeah,
it? Porridge?
it's a soap. It's a soap only because I can't eat very much right now. I have
Braces.
braces and it really hurts me a lot. So, soap for now.
Soup,
Yeah,
soup,
but
no.
let's talk about, nobody was asking you questions, so let me ask you questions. And you mentioned earlier, not in this vlog, but in her vlog, that
Yes.
you've been here for 18 years.
Yeah, the first few years I'd balik, which means back and forth.
Back and forth.
Balik.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was married to a Filipino girl. We met in Australia, married in Australia, and I wanted to come back and see. That's how it all started. I wanted to come to the Philippines, and she was a bit reluctant because of her upbringing. She had pretty bad memories of the way she was brought up. But I finally convinced her to come back here. So, yeah, I came back and, well, I pretty much did it all. I built a house. I had a bar.
Yeah.
I had a fishing boat, cars, motorbikes, land. Yeah.
Yeah, but my question is,
Why?
because you've been here 18 years and you've seen everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've learned a
A
lot.
lot.
Of
A
lessons.
lot.
What's the most valuable lesson that you can share to your fellow Westerners?
Stay in Australia. No, joking. No, look, I love the Philippines. I love the Philippine people. Regrets, I have a few. Mistakes, I have many. And I think you just sort of, and it's a bit different now. Like, you can go to...
You date somebody and then before you say I love you. So it's just in that dating process, we already think that we are together because we don't do dating. We date after you say I love you too.
What do you think in the, and as I said, I've never done this, but what do you think, if a guy is, say, chatting to a Filipino from America or whatever, what do you think is a timeline that's acceptable for that guy to come and actually, if he says, you're my girl, I really want to be with you, I love you, what do you think is an acceptable...
5 months? 5 months, I guess. For me.
Yeah, okay, 5 months.
Sorry, what's the question?
So the question is, if a guy, say, from Australia or America has been chatting to a Filipino online, what do you think would be an acceptable time for that guy to come here and meet you?
Right away. I don't want to wait.
So, like if you said, I love you, he said, I love you too, I want to be with you, you would say, right, get on a plane and come and see me.
I would want him to be on the plane right away because we're not going to be wasting any time. You know, we need to meet and make sure, because it's different, Sebastian. You can say I love you online, but when he comes, like a year after, when he comes, there's no chemistry.
No chemistry.
Really.
So 6 months, 1 year is too much?
For me, 5.
That's a
five
lot.
it's enough.
So you 5 months?
Yes.
You say just, if you love me, come and get me.
No, I mean, it's not that, but, you know, if he's already expressing that he loves me, I can't say, I can probably say I love you, but there's really no way of knowing that we really love each other unless you get your ass here. Because chemistry, I don't know about you guys, but for me, chemistry is really very important.
You've got to hold hands, you've got to go for a walk on the beach, you've got to be, and I'm believe it or not, I'm a very romantic, compassionate kind of guy. And I love my yuck-ups, which like cuddles.
Yeah,
you know.
cuddles.
I like that, you know, and, you know.
Halik.
I do, I like that. And there's no way I could have a relationship for someone for 1, 2, 3 years and not be with them.
Yeah, it's just too long.
I think it's wasting each other's time.
Yes, exactly. I have quite a few friends who've been in an online dating relationship, and when their partners come here, they're like, it's dry. Like, oh, it's different.
I think they're wasting the girls' time and their time because it's really not going to happen, is it?
Yes, exactly. And you as a Westerner, if your plan is to actually come like a year later or 2 years later, I don't think it's nice to befriend this girl and have a relationship with him and have her wait that long, because you'll just never know. Maybe it's just a waste of time.
Now, again, the controversial subject of money. What if he's sending money? What if it's hard to give up the relationship because she's starting to rely on some support, some allowance?
Then
that's a moralistic decision.
Then that falls on her.
But is it hard to give up a support system?
Is it, Giselle?
Very good. The old handball.
Here's the microphone, Giselle.
By the way, I hope this microphone's working.
I can't really.
I can't really give opinion on that one.
Why?
Well, maybe.
Hey, if some chick was sending me 20,000 peso a week, you think I'm going to tell her, like, I'd just say, take your time, get here when you want.
Yeah, and we know that happens a lot too.
It happens.
Right?
It happens.
Yeah.
So,
It's different with me because...
No, I'm not categorizing you as individuals.
Yeah, but
it would be hard to give up.
My opinion is different because I have not completely relied to one person to give me money because I have worked my ass off.
And I think Jenny's
time.
the same, Giselle's the same.
Yes,
but it would be hard for a girl if this guy says, I'm coming, but he doesn't come, but he still sends money. She's not about to say, well, you're not coming, so don't call me anymore.
I can see that. Yeah,
it'll be difficult.
It will be hard for
because
for
what's she going to
her.
do? She's been getting this allowance, and then all of a sudden she's not in. I don't know. It's a very difficult.
It's hard.
It depends that situation.
Because you get to rely on that, right? And you can't just say, look, you're not coming, so I'm going to block you.
Yeah. Yeah, some women can find it hard really to get rid of men who fully support them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question is, are you in it just because of that, or...
You could ask a girl for their phone number. That's when the phones were this big and they had little keys on there. So you just say, here, put your number in. And hopefully they'd text you back.
You just really have to socialize, go out and socialize. You don't, not necessarily, go to a bar or something.
No.
Maybe go to a church, Sebastian.
Yes, that's an option.
I think the best.
That was a joke.
No, I've got nothing against churches.
I'm not religious, by the way.
I actually think my best bet is going to be introduced to somebody through friends.
Yeah.
That's going to be my best bet, I think. And that's a great way to meet people because you can get recommendations and sort of like a legal testimonial as to the character of the person and what you don't have to go through all the, you sort of, whoever introduces you gives you the rundown of, it's like buying a used car from a friend. They'll tell you, oh yeah, you've got to get this fixed, you've got to get that fixed. It's sort of, you get a bit of a recommendation, whereas if you just meet somebody online, you've got a lot of processes to go through to really... That's why I think if you guys are chatting to someone online and you really need to get your ass over here and to really find out what the Philippines is all about and meet the girl in person. Don't say you want to marry her and you want to be with her, because you really have to come here and do it. So, yeah.
But here's one of the problems about dating online. Because I would always say, I would agree, you need to come here and meet the girl. But some people would say, okay, talk to her online first, no commitments, and then come here and see if there is chemistry or whatever. But the thing is that it's a problem for women, for Filipinas, because once the person is talking to us, we immediately think that, oh, he's already my boyfriend. Like a days after talking constantly with this Westerner.
But in my experience, even if you ask a Filipino out for a date, it's I don't know, I don't mean to be rude about this, but it's easier to get a girlfriend than it is to get rid of them. In some cases.
I can agree to that.
Because once you take them on a date, and then in the morning you say, and don't say baby or babe, or just say, call them by their name. Because as soon as you call them babe, bang, you're gone.
You're
gone, man.
You're stuck.
And if they start calling you babe, it's like, it's got to be at least a month before you start the baby thing, seriously. But you take them on a date and then you chat to them for another 2 or 3 days. They're telling their girlfriends. They're telling them already, I got a boyfriend. I got a foreigner boyfriend. And it's like, you're just shooting the breeze, just seeing how you get on. You might be talking to 2 or 3 other girls. And you go out for a date. Like in the West, we go out for a date, see how it goes. Next Monday or Saturday night, you might have another girl because you're choosing. You can't just fall in love straight away. And
that's how you do it in the Western
Yeah.
world. In the Philippines, we date just one guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
like,
then
how
if
many?
it doesn't work, move to the other one.
Yeah, but some girls for the first date, and if you really turn it on, so you take her to a nice restaurant, you treat her with respect, and you talk about what you expect in life, what I expect in life. You can mislead Filipino girls very easily to think that this is going to be a full-time relationship when all you're really doing is sort of like an interview process of whether you're compatible.
Yeah.
But they tend to take it very seriously that, yep, we're in here.
In in the Philippine dating world, what we do here is we say, "I love you," and then we date. In the Western world, you date before you say "I love you." So that explains why if you talk to somebody, automatically a few days after, oh, he's my boyfriend.
Because I had a friend of mine that went out with a Filipino lady. And I think you may remember, I think you know this guy. Went out for a couple of weeks and then it didn't work out, and he got a lot of feedback from people about why he didn't continue. Oh, we won't mention names, but you can, the women can be misled very easily.
He really come. What he said, he said to me before, like, I just don't say it for just words. You really do it in actions at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So Jenny, have you got anything to say about the subject?
I don't know.
I've asked you 3 questions, and all I get is I don't know. So you just want to stick to your adventures, mountain climbing and going snorkeling. And...
Yeah, I have to go back there. Yeah.
The same all days.
That's our forte.
So, okay. All right. Well, you haven't asked me a question.
I don't have idea.
That's a question.
Well, I'm glad we...
It's 54 na, oh.
Come in the camera a bit more. You're moving around.
Oh, wait. For the last question, I'm gonna ask you. Have you ever fell in love with someone or...
Right now.
Or have you tried to court someone right now or whatever? Right now?
Right now. As in
now.
Have I got anyone in my life? Or what?
No. Currently,
right now, have you wanted that girl to be with you, or you're trying to court with her, or you're trying to be with her? Have you right now or no?
Is there a girl I would?
that you're really interested with right now?
But I'm not with her technically. Yeah. In my experience in the Philippines, not that I'm a great looking guy or anything like that, but I never really struggled if I put my mind to dating a girl. I've been pretty lucky that I would get that girl.
Yes.
This particular lady that I've met, not so.
It's hard.
It's like
She's ignoring you.
it's like trying to catch a wild cat. So I don't know, but time will tell. But I'm in no hurry to meet anybody, so let's see what happens. But the courting process here, like I was saying before, you take a girl out on a date and then maybe you chat to her for a few days, and then normally that's it. The girl thinks they've cemented a relationship. But one particular lady that I've been chatting to and seeing, it's totally the opposite. They're just and I think that's a sign of the times. Women are becoming more independent and they got more choices. Whereas maybe 10 years ago, if they met a foreigner, it was a big deal. And now how many foreigners are in Dumaguete? I mean, really, it's not like 20 years ago where if you met a foreigner, it was like, oh my good, taking her home to mum, I'm going to meet this foreigner. Now, I used to walk down the street 10 years ago and I'd see a foreigner, I'd race up to him, "G'day mate, how are you? Where you from?" Now we just walk past each other. We don't even
care.
It's just another foreigner. And that's one thing I got to say about Dumaguete. I love the foreigners here. I've got a lot of good mates that I've met here. But for me, I do like to still submerge myself into Filipino culture. So I do like to, get up into the mountain and into the provinces and, sometimes not see foreigners for days, But it's getting harder and harder to do that. So...
Yeah.
You walk to Dumaguete, every corner you bump into an expat.
Yeah.
Not just an expat. Expats.
Yeah. And the novelty's sort of coming off a little bit for me. I think it's been promoted so heavily, especially on YouTube, that this is one of the best places to be. And it is. It's a great place. But on the subject and topic of how many expats and foreigners, the novelty is coming off. I mean, these guys, a lot of these guys I know, they really don't get involved to the extent that maybe they could, of going up to the provinces and staying I mean, they've got an air condition. They come to a restaurant in Dumaguete. They've got an air conditioned modern car. Mm-hmm. They go home. They've got an air conditioned modern house. They watch the TV. They go to air conditioning restaurants. Their life hasn't really changed from America or Australia, apart from being a little bit more financially better off here because it's a lot cheaper. But their life hasn't really changed. They don't, they don't go to fiestas. They don't drink Red Horse and Tuba and sit in a nipper hut and go and jump in the river and everything's more commercialised now. Like I went to forest camp the other day. It was 180 peso. When I first came here, if you went to a big attraction, to a national park or something, it was 20 peso, 50 peso. Mm-hmm. Now everything, to go and see everything's being commercialised. Like the whale sharks used to be like 200 peso. Now it's like, I think, 1,000 plus.
Oh, wow. 600.
For a foreigner. I thought it was 1,000. Someone said 1,000.
400, I think.
Yeah. But everything's just, it's just being commercialised now. It used to be a natural thing where you just walk into a waterfall or something. But everything's structured now. There's safety talks, there's guides, there's, you go with a tour guide and, I think all of the natural sort of focus has gone off of it, It's all become a business. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to add, expats don't really hang out where the locals are. They just hang out where the other expats are.
Yeah. See,
we had so much fun.
I like these. I like these little. Okay, guys. So I think we've chatted your ear off long enough. In fact, we've gone so long that we've overheated the phone. The camera just had a meltdown. And while we were turning it back on, we had a quick chat. We might do a part 1 and part 2 because we've just got carried away. And the forum might even get bigger. I mean, once a month or something, girls. What do you think? We'll just shoot the breeze and have a chat, and we'll get a bit of an update. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget, subscribe to everybody's channel, especially Sebastian's Philippine Odyssey. And a big thank you to the Valencia Queens of YouTube. Okay, bye for now, guys.
Bye. Thanks for watching.